Early week edition of College Sports Now. Hope everybody's having a fantastic Tuesday. I'm Stephen Hartzell. We got Roddy Jones, ESPN, SiriusXM, ACC Network in the house. Tripp Hurd, the Lock Doctor on Twitter at Locks of the Doc. He's to quote the NBA Jam parlance back in my day.
Fire.
He's heating up. He's heating up. He's not quite throwing fireballs, but he's heating up at just the right time. You love to see it. So here's what we got. Loaded show today, no guest, because I'm frankly tired of people saying no. I'm a little downtrodden, a little beat up. It's tough booking guests when everybody says no.
It is. It's also tough because everybody now has a podcast. Like everybody's got a microphone in their face all the time, and so they're all like, I don't know.
Roddy you had a microphone in your face pretty much all day yesterday. That's okay. That's why we book Roddy for Tuesday, so he's rested, refreshed, and ready to go. I want to set the table for our show today. There will be Week 4 takeaways, best thing, worst thing, something that shocked you. We'll get to that. I've also got a new segment that I'm rolling out called Wagon Watch. Rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, baby, anyway. Something like that. I don't know. Either way, Wagon Watch. Now, I want to clarify. When I say wagon, Roddy, I don't mean bandwagon. I mean a wagon, like a team that is just steamrolling people. Get on board because these guys are going to lay the hammer, kind of like what Indiana did to Illinois, kind of like what Vanderbilt's been doing to everybody for the first month of the season. You feel me? You with me so far?
I feel you.
Wagon Watch coming up a little bit later. You're going to want to bookmark that and stick around. Here's the beauty of our show. We get to wake up. We get to talk college sports. Sometimes the timing of this show lines up really well with what's going on. So I'm excited to do this show today, Roddy, because we're going to talk about the one thing in the college sports world that everybody wants to hear about, which is how you feel about Bruce Pearl retiring at Auburn. Go.
Bro, I honestly could not care less.
It's been a rough 72 hours for the Auburn family. You know why? On Saturday, the SEC Deep State reared up and cost Auburn a win on in Norman. I mean, it was all about the officials, the conspiracy to rob Auburn of a precious SEC dub. You had that on Saturday, and then you had the Auburn god, Bruce Pearl, retiring on Monday. He was part of that Final Four last year with Florida and Houston. Who was the other team?
It wasn't UNC. Let me see.
No, help me out here. Who was the fourth team in that Final Four last year? It was Florida, Auburn on one side, and then you had Houston. Yeah. I don't even remember who Houston played in the Final Four. Tripp?
I don't know either, man. I'm not much of a basketball guy.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll check in with you in about 6 weeks when hoop season starts up.
You check in then.
And you're grinding over Midnight Madness at Cameron. Please, bro. Right. Please. Roddy, you were in Oxford over the weekend. How was Oxford? Because the game was not great between Ole Miss and Tulane.
Game was terrible. Oxford was cool, man. It was good. They treat you right over there. Like,
can you expand on that? Nice. Like, people are like, "Oh my God, there's Roddy Jones." That's
everybody treats Roddy Jones. Right.
I got a recommendation from your guy and our guy Cole Kublik. I asked Cole where I should go to eat. He gave me 3 places in very Cole form. Like, if you've ever texted with Cole, it's very short to the point. Very busy man. So he shoots me a recommendation to go for breakfast on Friday. I went to the place where he went. Big Bad Breakfast. It's not an under the radar place. Like, a lot of people go there, but he was like, "Hey, you should go." So I went.
What was the breakfast order? I want to expand on this. Please walk me through it. Don't say you got the fruit cocktail, man. Like, come on.
No, it was like a Creole omelet. It was good. It had some like tomato gravy on top with andouille and shrimp and crawfish on the inside. It was good. It's really good.
A risky play on the road, man. Seafood on a Friday morning, boy, you risky, dude.
What do you mean? I got a stomach of iron.
Okay. Continue, please. Continue, please.
So I'm sitting there. So there's like a little bar area, and I'm sitting there at the bar, and it's a guy who sat me. There was a gentleman who sat me down there, and he ends up sitting next to me because just doing something. I could tell he was like either the manager or the owner of the place after a while, because he's hobnobbing everybody, and he's greeting, kissing babies, and doing all this stuff. So he starts chatting a little bit, starts chatting me up, and I'm like, talking to him, and you guys are gonna get super busy for game day? Yeah, you here for the game? I'm like, no. I'm like, yeah, I'm here for the game. He's like, oh, you're rooting for Ole Miss? I was like, no, not really. He's like, you from New Orleans? I was like, no, not really. And he was like, are you working the game? I was like, yes, I am actually. As I'm eating. Like, yeah, I am. He's like, okay. You look a little familiar. You one of the announcers? I said, yeah, I am. And he's, so he goes on about how he feeds the crews all the time and all this stuff. So at the end of it, like, I'm like, all right, I'm about to get out of here. I go to pay. He's like, it's already taken care of. Oh, you're good, man. God. You're good. Jeez. Oh, which I really appreciate. Just once. So thank you, John, at Big Bad Breakfast. And then, like, during the game, so at Ole Miss, the TV booth is on the same level as some suites. So you walk out and there's, people mulling about from the suites. And we probably had, I'm not kidding, we probably had 4 people be like, hey, what are you guys doing after the game? And us be like, well, we're going back to the hotel. And they all, to a man and woman, one was a woman, said, you guys should come to the Grove. We've got a tent. We'll be there. Come on. And we're like, I don't know. And they're like, we got liquor. We got beer, we got food. And it's like, what? I mean, I appreciate the hospitality. I really do. But you guys are very adamant about me coming to the Grove. Like, very, very excited about this. So, good people there. We didn't end up going. We went back and watched games.
Oh, Roddy.
No, I mean, I've done that before. Like, to be honest, I really don't want to socialize after games. I don't.
You weren't flying home Saturday night, though. You were flying home Sunday morning?
Like, talked out, man. Talked out. Like, I'm done. Dang. A lot of socializing before the game. The game is that game was like, some games put you on a high. That game was a game of mental gymnastics.
I'm with you there. I'm with you there. That game was.
I'm kind of fried. Like, yeah. Right. I don't want to chit chat about how LSU is going to be next week. I don't want to chit chat about how good the fried chicken is, although I'm sure it was delicious. I'm going to go back to the room. I'm going to put up like 4 screens and I'm going to watch the night games. That's it.
I'm curious because I have to do this every summer, and it's one of the more painful procedures that I have to do. But when you get to sit down,
colonoscopy or something?
I'm talking about talking about one-on-ones with Lane Kiffin. Did you talk pickleball with Lane?
No, we didn't talk any pickleball because we actually got sidetracked on other stuff that he was great about. Lane was awesome, man. Like, he was great.
It's just a me thing. That's good to know.
Yeah. No, we've had him on Zoom before, and it depends on, like, I've only had his games. We've had him twice the last 2 years, and I think I've had him one other time at Ole Miss. And I do feel like he's one of the more wild cards. Like, it kind of depends on what setting you get him in, what mood he's in. Because we got him last year, and he was annoyed is how I would describe him. Yeah. It comes out later on, and they absolutely waxed Arkansas last year in that game that we had. But he had an offensive lineman that had gotten benched and now, said that he was injured, like, because he couldn't take the rejection. Like, he just wasn't good enough, and so they replaced him. And then he was like, coach, I'm actually hurt. And they're like, what? He's like, yeah, I'm hurt, because he couldn't tell his people that he got benched, so he had to tell them he got hurt.
Like, nah, bro, you ain't hurt.
So he's basically like, look, coach, I ain't playing. You can go ahead and put me on the injury list.
Tough.
And there were a couple instances that he was fighting last year. That team was not the most, the easiest to wrangle as a coach. So he was great. We talked a lot about recruiting. We talked a lot about, his journey. We talked a lot about this team in Trinidad. He shut down when we talked about the quarterbacks, but everything else, he was great.
Ole Miss was very good on Saturday. They played their best football.
I have a hot take about Ole Miss.
I want to get to that. They demoralized Tulane 45-10. So here's the thing as we start to pivot and look ahead to a massive, loaded, chock full of college football Saturday. We're going to find out about Ole Miss because they host LSU. Do you think Ole Miss is SEC championship contender? Do you think they are playoff caliber good? Obviously, we'll find out Saturday night. They're a slight favorite against LSU, but you saw them up close and personal. What do you think?
Yeah, the SEC, the lines are not as brightly drawn in the SEC. So if Ole Miss plays consistently, then yes, I think they can make it to Atlanta, and I think they can make a CFP. I am of the opinion that they should make a CFP, although I was of that opinion last year as well.
Yes, you were, famously. In November, mind you. Yes.
Yeah. But like, when we had them against Arkansas, that was the most talented roster I saw in person all year long last year. And we saw Texas. We didn't see, like, Ohio State. I saw Penn State, and Ole Miss roster stood up to Penn State's. Maybe not. I think it stood up very well. Penn State's. I think Penn State's probably a little more talented because of all the guys that had come back and Abdul Carter. But like when Walter Nolan wanted to be, that dude was a game wrecker. So
right.
Anyway, yeah, I think this Ole Miss team is really good, and I think when you look across the league, everybody's got warts. So we talk about how good Oklahoma's defense is. That offense against Auburn's defense was not awesome. Like it took a pretty solid effort from John Mateer, finishing 16 of his last 17 in the game-winning score and a cheating touchdown to win that game.
I'm not going to say cheating, Roddy. I'll definitely put an asterisk on that touchdown. I'm not
cheating if it's
going
against the rules.
cheating. I'm not comfortable going
It's
cheating.
against the rules. We talked about this. Steven, if we agree on the rules of a board game and we talk about it, and then you circumvent the rules and no one catches it, did you cheat?
Let me tell you what Saturday in Norman was.
You didn't answer my question.
That was not a board game, son. That was not a board game.
Did you cheat?
No.
You didn't cheat. If we talk about the rules, we all establish that we're playing by the same rules. We're not going to do this simulation. It's against the rules. Simulated substitutes are against the rules. We're not going to do this. We're in SEC meetings. All the coaches, we talked about this. Like, okay, cool. We're all on the same page. Referees, you're good.
Sure. I'm glad you brought up the referees, because you know what's happening when we're playing Settlers of Catan. You and I are the referees. We have to self-police that game. What happens on Saturday is there's this group of people who are part-time employees, by the way. This is not their full-time job. They're lawyers, they're accountants, they're teachers, they're electricians. They have other jobs, which maybe they shouldn't have. Maybe they should do this full-time so they could be better at their job on Saturday. But my point is, those guys are in charge of officiating the game. They failed.
No, I agree with you, but it's also cheating. Like it is what it is.
It's definitely a bending of the an interpretation, if you will.
It's not a bending or an interpretation. Yeah. It is cheating. Yeah. It's what it is. And like Oklahoma can say all they want. We checked with the referees. The SEC has come down with the hammer, saying like, this was wrong.
Yeah, they messed up.
This was the wrong thing to do. And it's not like another penalty. It's not like holding. Yeah, it's not like, no, this is a conspiracy to try and circumvent the rules. That is cheating.
I'm not comfortable with Oklahoma had a cheating touchdown. I'm not comfortable with conspiracy.
When you practice the thing all week long that you know is against the rules, and then you go out and you execute it that's a conspiracy to circumvent the rules, sir.
Oh, you know what? I just looked this up. I'm reminded of why you're so hot about this. I forgot that Rochester threw out Auburn plus 6.5 over the weekend.
No, I'm making a point on how the links that Oklahoma, everybody and everyone's Heisman Trophy favorite had to go through to beat Check's Notes.
Auburn.
Auburn.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
It's the SEC, bro. It's the SEC.
Look, like NASCAR. There is, I think there can be a lot of interpretation about this game, and I think Oklahoma's defense sacking Jackson Arnold 10 times is certainly one of them. That is the biggest takeaway of the game. But Oklahoma had a lot go their way. The fumble that was
dicey. That was
dicey. Auburn returns it for a touchdown, and all of a sudden, it goes to Birmingham, and now we're saying it wasn't a catch.
Yeah,
I personally agree with that call. Like, I also think it was not a catch. But when you couple that with the play with Satania, who's going off on the sideline, to the point where the guy on the all 22, supposed to have all 22 players on the field, that guy gave up. Like, Satania was so close. I have Zapruder film this thing, dude, because we got the coach's film.
Sure.
He was so close. He was like on the tick marks next to the sideline before the ball was spotted. This isn't like him meandering out after the ball was spotted. This was a clear attempt to use the substitution of a player to trick your opponent. That's against the rules. And it's not like kind of against the rules. That is against the rules.
Yeah, but they're not going to throw you in prison or anything. Like they're just gonna if
They're not even
anything,
gonna fine you $25,000.
How about that's
Syracuse
amazing. If you're Ben Arbuckle,
25 grand. If you're Oklahoma football, 25 grand's nothing. You'll spend another 25 grand next week if you have to.
Yeah.
Hold on, can I just real quick on Clemson because I don't want to.
I got Clemson on the rundown, but go ahead, let it out, big fella.
Like Cade Klubnik crying about substitutions after the game when you got blasted by 3 scores at home, bro. Get off my timeline.
Wow.
Every time we got my minute, they got an injury. Bro, what? That's the reason that you lost by. What was the final score? That's the reason there were 6,500 people in Death Valley because Syracuse a couple times decided to. And now Clemson fans are running with it. Clemson fans are running with it. When the ACC came out with that fine, they're like, "Oh, see, Cade was right. We told you." Okay, the one that the ACC noted, which actually I didn't think was that egregious, and I talked to Chris Budden, who was there. She also did not think it was that egregious because by the time the fourth quarter came along, those guys had been in pads for 5 hours because of the rain delay.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to point out that one, when Clemson's down literally by 3 scores, they're down by 20 points after that play that the ACC noted Syracuse for. Get the hell out of here. It's just a weak-ass attempt by the ACC and by Clemson to be like, "Oh, they were doing it." Everybody in the country does that.
And what's the excuse for the other side of the ball?
Yeah,
couldn't stop a nosebleed.
I thought Tom Allen was going to get a pink slip on Monday morning, man. I really did.
It ain't Tom Allen. He's very good at his job.
No, it's Cade.
It ain't Cade. It ain't only Cade. Cade was actually not bad in that game. He wasn't great, but he wasn't bad.
Yeah, 34-21 was the final score. But to your point, it was 34-14 late third quarter. Tough scene. Clemson is cooked. They're one of a handful of schools. Frankly, college football in the state of South Carolina is cooked. How about them Gamecocks?
Correct. They're not cooked yet. We can't
they're
put them
cooked.
in.
They're not. Yeah, they're fried. They're fried chicken.
They're 0-2 in the SEC, Tripp. They're cooked.
Schedule's super easy from here. We've just got different definitions of cooked.
Easy, huh?
I maybe not easy. They've got 3 games. They've got 3 tests left for the rest of the season.
Well, that's a problem.
They've got 2 losses.
That's a problem.
Yeah, so if you lose 5 games, you're not cooked.
Bro, that's barbecue chicken.
Tripp, come on, man. We're talking about a preseason top 15 team. Yeah, come on.
Since when is it 7-5 not cooked?
I'm gonna let you edit. I'm gonna let you edit that out in post.
I've got 3 teams going into last week that were cooked. That was Oregon State. That was UCLA. That was Virginia Tech. I've added one more team.
Oregon State was cooked as soon as the season started, bro. Oregon State was cooked 2 years ago when the Pac-12 left them in the dust.
They are officially cooked. And
they were cooked 2 years ago.
The worst thing I saw all weekend, I'm going to go ahead and do one of my takeaways, Oklahoma State. That's another team that's cooked.
A team that's cooked.
Now,
hang on. There's different kinds of cooked.
There's losing on your home field as a double-digit favorite to Tulsa cooked. That's worse than what happened to Clemson.
Yeah, I guess what I'm
actually
Clemson
was a 17.5-point favorite.
Bro,
here's my thing on cooked.
Championship expectations and nobody thought Oklahoma State was going to be good. We just didn't think they were going to lose to Tulsa.
It's one thing.
Yeah, maybe I just blew up my own point there.
It's one thing to unwrap like a DiGiorno, okay, or like some bagel pizzas. If you're in the Hartzell household, my boys be eating some bagel pizzas now. It's one thing to open them up, put them in the oven, walk away for 45 minutes, and come back and they're burnt to a crisp. That's Clemson. That's South Carolina. Bro, the Oregon States and UCLAs of the world, that kind of cooked is when you made a pizza a week ago and you left it in the oven and be like, I'll get those leftovers in the morning. And then you come back a week later and you use the oven again. They've been cooked. They were cooked before you even turned the oven on cooked. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Anyway, that does happen occasionally. Not often, but sometimes I'll leave stuff in the oven. I'll just forget about it. The oven's off, right? The house is still standing. But anyway, let's get to some takeaways, Tripp. You teased it. Let's get into it. Best thing, worst thing that shocked you. What you got?
Worst,
lead us off.
Best thing, worst thing, something that shocked me. All right, this could, honestly, for me, I wanted to put this as the worst thing I saw, but I'll just to put my fandom away, I'll say that the best thing I saw, and Roddy, I'll kind of tee this up as a question for you. The Miami-Florida game.
Mm-hmm.
Is the Florida offensive line just that bad? Because I was told it was going to be pretty good this year, but you couldn't watch that game for more than 15 seconds somebody's getting after the quarterback, somebody's making a tackle on the backfield for Miami. Is their defensive line just that freaking good?
I think so. And with teams like Florida, you have really good and recent points of comparison. Like LSU's defensive line didn't look like that against Florida's offensive line. It just didn't. And that was on the road. And Florida fans would be like, well, or the retort from Florida fans that I would give if I were a Florida fan, well, that was the second one that we played straight on the road. That's fine. Florida moved the ball against LSU. Florida didn't sniff moving the ball against Miami. Like, couldn't do it. 32 yards in the first half, 140 something overall. Like, they had 366 against LSU. Remember how everybody was talking about LSU's defense?
Yeah.
Best defense in the country. That might be Miami, to be honest with you, because that defensive line is unbelievable right now. So, yeah, like, I think Miami is the best line of scrimmage team in the country. Offensive, defensive line, they are the best. The combination. And I don't know that they have the best offensive line. They got the best defensive line. And I'm willing to listen to others, but none.
Oklahoma? Can I interest you in Oklahoma on the defensive line?
Sure. You can interest me there. I don't think they're as good as Miami. I don't.
Okay. I like these Miami wide receivers, dude. Like, they got guys.
They weren't even that good in that game. Like,
no,
CJ Daniels had a drop. Malachi Toney was wasn't as effective. And it was mainly because Carson Beck wasn't great throwing the ball in that game. But that group of wide receivers, your point is well taken. I agree with you. I think that group of wide receivers is better than last year. And the fact that the receivers didn't have a great game, but Marty Brown has got, 80-something receiving, and Elijah Lofton has 4 catches. And, like, it's a really balanced group. I think Miami is the best team in the southeastern part of the country. I don't know that they're the best team in the country because I think Oregon, Ohio State, Penn State are in that conversation, although Penn State doesn't look like it, so I would probably exclude them. But I think when you're talking about the geography that encompasses most of the best teams in college football, Miami's the best.
There's no team that's done more of, when before the season started, it was they lost the number.
Go ahead.
What?
Sorry, I was going to ask Steven, why is he so hesitant with?
No, I'll get to that. Go ahead, Tripp. Go ahead,
Tripp. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, for a team that lost the number 1 overall pick in the draft, lost basically everybody that the guy threw to last season. The idea was Miami was just going to have a great offensive line, defensive line, and be even deeper than they were the year before. And we'll see what happens with Carson Beck. Like, everything has worked out for them.
If I could just push back on Roddy's claim that Miami is the best team geographically in the southeastern United States, I just want to remind Rodstra, Hot Rod, my boy Roddy, that Miami is propped up right now on wins over 1 win Notre Dame and 1 win Florida. Like, can we just?
Well, Notre Dame has played 2 games. 3 games now.
Yeah,
and the first 2 that they played were against teams that we think are pretty good.
Okay, fine.
Still a pretty good team, right? Let me. How about I couch it this way? Who has played a tougher 4-game stretch than Miami?
Oklahoma,
having had Michigan at home and Auburn
at home.
Who else?
Has Miami left South
Florida?
Hold on. Who else did they play? Who else did they play?
Temple.
Oh God! Okay.
In Philly,
you don't just stroll into the city of brotherly love. Ask the LA Rams.
I'm trying to have a serious conversation here, and you're throwing out Temple on the road. Like,
well, at least they've left their building, Roddy. That's all I'm saying. Like, let's pump. Let's pump the brakes.
I do not think Michigan and Auburn. I think Auburn's probably comparable to Florida. Florida would be the answer, by the way. I think
but they've lost them all. But
it's tougher.
Sure.
But
okay.
Florida, I think Florida and Auburn are comparable, to be honest with you. I think Michigan and Notre Dame, I think Notre Dame's a much better team than Michigan right now. Much better. So I would push back on that. Plus, you don't have South Florida in there, who was everyone's darling, who waxed Boise State.
They're not my darling.
Obviously,
just to be clear, they're not my darling. But they're everyone else's darling.
You can push back all you want on, they're propped up by wins over teams. Yeah, part of the reason that those teams have 1 win is because Miami beat them. and we're 4 weeks into the year.
Yes, Miami.
You're not going to be 4-0 when you play Miami and you've lost.
Listen, I know what you have to do every day. You got to put the headset on. You got to hop on XM radio, and you got to stir the pot.
I'm not stirring the pot at all.
You're saying Miami's the best team geographically in the southeastern United States.
Who's better?
Right now?
Offer me solutions, not problems.
Yeah,
I think Georgia's better. I think Georgia's better.
The Georgia team that needed a missed field goal at Tennessee to win.
Hey, how?
So is Tennessee better?
Let's talk about going to Tennessee, Roddy.
Is Tennessee better?
Let's talk about going to Tennessee.
Is Tennessee better than Miami? Because if Georgia's better, then Tennessee is better.
No, I think Tennessee. I don't think Tennessee's better.
Piss down his leg at the end of regulation. Tennessee wins that game. Tennessee controlled the majority of that game.
So hang on.
How do you then say that Georgia is better than Miami, but Tennessee's not?
Because if you're down 21-7 on the road in Knoxville, you got to get credit for that. Like if you come back and win that game, you get credit for that in my book.
21-7 on a team that's the best in the country.
Roddy, I'm not propping up a team that has yet to leave Hard Rock Stadium, okay? I'm not doing it. Sorry, not doing it. They are a good team. Are they the best team in the southeastern United States? No, I'm going to hold off on that. I'm going to hold off on that.
Second best.
So we're going to go with Georgia, who had a field goal missed, for them to still be undefeated, and who in the first 2 weeks
do you guys know how hard? Listen. Do you know how hard it is to win on the road?
Austin, you know how hard it is to play Austin Peay.
You guys are crazy. You have no idea what it's like on the road.
One touchdown every quarter against Austin Peay. This is the
and what are you talking about? Miami hasn't left Hard Rock Stadium. Nobody goes to their games anyways. They don't have any fans down there. That's one of the worst. That's like the same. That's like the same whole field advantage as USC.
That's not true. That's a good statement, Tripp. Usually,
place is a library. At least when Florida State goes there, it is
on fire. And
we have
one of the listen.
This
town gets held in.
We have 12 ranked teams on the road this week. How many of those? I'm telling you right now, half of them are going to lose. Like you'd think that it's like, oh yeah, you're steamrolling. Like, has Miami been a wagon the first 4 weeks of the season? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm not comfortable saying they're the best team in the southeastern United States. I'm just not there yet.
I just don't understand what the logic is, because they haven't left home. You're going with a team that has not looked as good as the team that we just mentioned.
Yeah,
as the best team in the country, just because they left home and a kicker pissed down his leg to send the game to overtime, which they then won the game in overtime.
You're handling your business at home. Congratulations. That's what you're supposed to do. Let's see it in Tallahassee.
You know they don't leave the state of Florida. You know they don't leave the state of Florida until like November, right?
Yeah.
You're going to dock them all season long. They haven't even left the state.
Yes.
Oh, what are they doing?
Correct. Yes, correct. I will. Because you know what I'm not going to be doing, Roddy? Feeding at the trough. Trying to prop up Miami because, hey, can you guys please make it to an ACC championship game?
Thank you.
Please.
You're still feeding at the trough and you don't even know it. You've been so indoctrinated into this whole SEC bias thing. Like you're just picking some random SEC team. Hey, Georgia's look good. Georgia looked like garbage in their first 2 games.
You guys,
like 2.5. Like, to be honest, the first part of that Tennessee game didn't look real great.
I'm projecting. It's not just what you've done for me the first 4 weeks. I'm projecting down the road here. Georgia's got Bama coming up Saturday. They got Texas coming up in a couple weeks.
Okay, so in the moment, we are right here, right now.
I'm not going Miami. I'm just not. Sorry. Not sorry.
You're a hater.
Not going.
You're a hater.
No, I'm just trying to push back on the notion
Florida
that, like,
State guys
crown it. I'm not. Listen, I'm not. My point is, man, I'm not here to crown a team in September. I'm not here to crown a team in September. I'm just not.
Neither am I.
Yes,
all
you
I
are.
said was they are the best team in the southeastern part of the country, which apparently was a step too far for your SEC bias.
It was. And by the way, the SEC's down. We all know this. It's been 3 years since they've won a natty. SEC's down.
It's been 2 years.
Well, we're in season 3. So
right. No one can have won the national championship, Mr. Projection.
3 years.
Just crown Georgia right now.
Right.
I'm not crowning anybody.
They went on the road, Tripp. They went on the road. You know what? Put Michigan up there too. On the road.
Yep.
Let's get the best thing that Roddy saw from the weekend, besides Miami, obviously. Clearly.
You took my my Indiana thing. So I'll go with what I saw out of Texas Tech. I thought that was the best thing of the weekend. Like they absolutely boat raced Utah. And now they have a quarterback controversy.
How about that?
If you got 2 quarterbacks, you got 2 quarterbacks, is what I always say. But I did not think defensively they were going to control the game as much as they did with their defensive front. That offensive line for Utah is very good. Devin Dampier missed a couple of throws, but threw a couple interceptions as well. Like there were some plays to be made, but Devin Dampier was largely, rendered ineffective. And Texas Tech really controlled the game, especially as the later it went. And once the backup came in, who's this? What's this kid's name? Will Hammond. Sounds like a created player's name. But once Will Hammond came in, he was great.
Did you see him when he came
in? His ability to run, his ability to sling it, like he's legit.
They need to drug test that kid. He walks in, first plays in, gets in the huddle, starts headbutting guys.
I did not see that.
Jumping her. Oh, it was wild.
Did not see that. No, I did not see that. What the hell?
Screaming at people.
That's what happens when you let the Red Rocket in the game.
The Red Rocket.
Red Rifle. Sorry.
Turn them loose.
Utah looked like the Utah of the last couple of years. They could do nothing on offense. Nothing.
At home too, which is even worse if you're Steven. You're not being able to do anything at home.
Yeah, hey, listen, man, that's fine. If you wanna take shots, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I'm good with it. But
Miami, half the teams play at home and half on the road every week, right?
It's harder to win on the road. Sorry,
that is factually accurate.
I hate to break it to you.
It's factually accurate,
and we can't really. There's no data points on your beloved Canes because that hasn't happened for them yet. We'll see. They're on a bye this week. We'll see what happens when they go to mighty Tallahassee to play another team that's being propped up with wins over question mark. Not really sure. For me, it's Alabama. Indiana. Best thing I saw over the weekend.
Never heard of them. Who are they?
Best thing I saw over the weekend, Indiana. Bro, why are people still hating on Coach Sig? Like, this is a program that continues to just get shade from people. Guys, 15-2, Roddy. Who are the two losses against?
Who is shading them?
Everyone.
He's not only 50. He's 15-2 at Indiana.
15-2 at Indiana. Okay, but my point is, like, his two losses are to the teams that played for the Natty last year. Like, we're going to continue to dock this guy because we think that it's the helmets. It's got to be. Like, you can't wrap your head around the notion that, like, this Indiana team might just be really, really good. Because it wasn't just offense that was cooking on Saturday against Illinois. The defense was just, I don't know, man. I know we're going to learn a lot about Ohio State this week. We're going to learn about Oregon and Penn State because they go head-to-head. But, like, Illinois seems like a top 3 team in the Big Ten to me. Top 4 at worst. I don't know.
Yeah, I think top 3. I think they're in the conversation for top 3, which is a big leap, like for any team, because I've said it before. The top 4 in the Big Ten, there's a hard line after 4 in the Big Ten. And your entry into the top 4 in the Big Ten is based on one of the top 4 deciding that they're not going to be good that year. This year and last year, it's Michigan. So that 4 spot is open. But that means the bright line is at number 3. I think Indiana has a chance to chip away at that line and to break into that top 3, which is a big deal because you're talking about national championship contender if you are one of the best 3 teams in the Big Ten. Oregon, Penn State, Ohio State, national championship contenders. And I think Indiana, based on that performance, I think Indiana is in the conversation. Now, you got to get like over the hump in that conversation. But I think they're in the conversation.
The hump starts Saturday at Iowa. Like, don't lay an egg at Kinnick. You still got to go to Oregon. You still got to go to Penn State.
Iowa can't score, man. It's the Oregon and the Penn State.
Don't say that.
You sure about that? You sure they can't score? Because I'm pretty sure they just hung 38 on somebody last time out.
Ruined my week. Ruined my Friday night.
Who they
They put up 30 on Rutgers while you were hobnobbing in Oxford 38. Last Friday night.
38 on Rutgers?
Yeah. Return the opening kick for a tutty.
That was a close game for a while, and then they pulled away. Yeah.
So you were too busy hanging out on the Grove, pre-gaming with folks on Friday night in Oxford. You missed out on Iowa Rutgers.
They can't score.
Yeah, I think you're right, but still, you got to handle your business. All right, worst thing you saw.
It was on the road, too. It's weighted heavier.
I hate you.
All right, we ready? Worst thing I saw, I already talked about. Oklahoma State absolutely cooked. And the other thing that I had on my list was Hartzell. I'll just turn it over to you because I had Sam Pittman on my list. Like every time these guys, they can't win one of these games.
Arkansas was down 5 to Ole Miss inside the red zone 2 weeks ago. Fumbled. Coming out of the 2-minute timeout. Like driving in with Taylon Green and that offense, which has been unstoppable this year. They looked like they were driving to win in Oxford. ultimately lose the game. Last week at Memphis, you're down 1 with, I don't know, what was it, like right around 2 minutes to go. It was like the same thing. It was the exact same scenario. You're inside the 5-yard line, and you fumble. Now, there is a conspiracy. We were talking about the Auburn conspiracy earlier. Roddy, can I introduce you to another SEC conspiracy?
Yes.
Bobby Petrino and the Arkansas offense
Sabotage.
self-sabotaging so that Sam Pittman can get gone, and then Petrino retakes the throne. Basically, I'm not saying he's telling guys to fumble inside the 20, inside the final 2 minutes of games, but Arkansas could be, maybe should be 4-0. Spiritually, they could be 4-0 this year. Instead, they're 2-2, and they're hosting Notre Dame this weekend, and they're a 7-point underdog at home to the mighty Fighting Irish. Thoughts on Arkansas? Because, they did the thing again, like 2 weeks in a row, fumbling late.
Yeah, it kind of feels like what's snake bitten Sam Pittman's program his entire time there, man. It's heartbreaking. You can't lose to Memphis. Sorry, you just can't. You can't do it.
Wasn't just losing; they got outgained. Like they got dominated by Memphis on the ground.
That Arkansas defense, I think, is worse than we expected it to be. Like we thought, oh, Ole Miss is just good. No, that Arkansas defense is bad, and it has been bad for a few years. So. As good as Taylor Green has been, and he has been very exciting, still a little raw in some areas, but very exciting this year. Yeah, it's not going to be enough. And I think they lose to, well, I don't know. Like, it's interesting because that Arkansas-Notre Dame game, everyone's going to pile on Notre Dame, but like Notre Dame's defense kind of stinks.
Kind of stinks. It does stink. So yeah, it's not good.
Are they going to stop?
Purdue was marching up and down the field on Notre Dame.
Are they going to stop Arkansas?
No.
And if it's that kind of game, like, can Notre Dame score with Arkansas?
Have you peeped the total in this thing?
No, I haven't. You would think that Jordan Love
64.5. That's a lofty number.
You would think that Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price would be able to have a field day against that defense, but if it's a shootout, like, you never know. It is high though, very high.
Yeah, if an 0-2 Notre Dame team can only hold
1-2. Oh yeah,
yeah. Nice dub against Purdue. Way to go, guys! Awesome.
Purdue much improved. Give Barry Odom some love. All right, Roddy, your turn.
Can I have multiple worst things I saw?
Yeah.
Because just very quickly, like, we're done here in Madison. Like, we're done here. Pushing away from the table in Madison, Wisconsin. Like, we're done.
I should have added them officially cooked. Yeah,
we're done here. Like, we're done here. Also, Chapel Hill. We thought we were done after week 1. They rebounded with a couple wins. You start to think, maybe we're done here. This thing is over. I am through with you.
When you say over, you mean this season or this whole experiment?
I won't go to the whole experiment, but definitely this season. I am done even considering North Carolina a thing.
Like, is Bill Belichick coaching there in the fall of 2026? Like, are you that far?
I don't know that because he's not going to get a job somewhere else. So probably, and they're not going to fire him because they just invested a truckload of money to hire him and bring on his people. So I'm not comfortable saying he's not going to be the coach next year because honestly, where's he going to go? I think there's a better chance that Dabo Swinney's not the coach at Clemson than Bill Belichick not being the coach at UNC. Dabo's not getting fired though. Like, that I want to make very clear. I think Dabo could be like, you know what? Y'all don't appreciate me. F you. I'm going to go coach Florida. Like, that I think is a more likely scenario.
From your lips to God's ears. Make that
I think
happen.
is a more likely scenario than Bill Belichick not being the coach of UNC because where the hell is he going to go? He ain't getting hired in the NFL.
You just go away. Be like, look,
man, defense coordinator.
He could have gone away before.
The Cowboys need one.
Defensive. You think they're going to hire Bill Belichick as their
defensive coordinator?
You think Bill Belichick would take a defensive coordinator job?
He'd be a step up from what they have. I don't know. Maybe.
The answer to that.
Hey,
is no.
What is? Am I seeing this right? Is his girlfriend really down on the sidelines during the game?
Pregame.
That's pregame. Okay.
Yeah. Well, during pregame warmup, she's down on the sideline.
To be honest with you, I think Bill Belichick could do better. 6-time Super Bowl winner. I don't think she's that hot. Not that we want to go down that hole, but still.
Sounds like you do.
I think you could do better.
Sounds like you do. That is an opinion. But the worst thing I saw is Nebraska still being Nebraska.
Oh, man.
A lot of people real hot on Nebraska. A lot of people on this here show real hot on Nebraska.
I had Nebraska winning that game. Yeah, I'll admit I was wrong.
Beat Michigan. Nebraska's still Nebraska. And, like, there was a lot of this week, man. A lot of. I'm not picking on you guys. Or maybe just you, Steve.
You can pick on me. I dish it out. I can take it, man. Don't worry about me and my feelings.
I felt like there was a lot of, hey, man, like, are we even watching the games this week? Like this past week with the picks? Nebraska was a really popular pick over Michigan, to which I, like, would have and did respond, like, have we watched Nebraska? Like, did you watch them against Cincinnati?
Right. Yeah, it wasn't great.
Did you watch them against the other games? And, like, maybe Michigan wasn't great against Oklahoma, but at least it was Oklahoma.
Sure.
And there were signs that, like, this team's pretty good. It's just limited in some areas, but, like, pretty good at the running back spot. Pretty good on defense. Like, what have we watched in Nebraska where you're like, yeah, pretty good. Even at the quarterback spot. Like, when have you seen from Dylan Raiola, you're like, that guy's going to win us real games.
It's fair.
He's still young. He can still develop. But, like, the running game leaves some to be desired. Their explosiveness at receiver still isn't quite there, even though they brought over those guys, including Dane Key. I was not impressed. And here's the thing. Their defensive line is not big anymore. Like, last year, they were massive on the defensive line and in the middle, and that made that defensive line very good. Well, they lost those two massive guys, and they replaced them with like 280-pounders. And so now they're going to be much more movement based. People try that in the Big Ten. Doesn't usually work. So I know they only lost by 3. Like, the season's not over and all that, but that was one. The Tulane pick over Ole Miss was another one where it was like, if you watch them, which I had to watch them. I had to watch a lot of them last week. There was no shot Tulane was ever going to stop Ole Miss. No shot. They're not athletic enough and they tackle too poorly. No shot. And then on the other side, the way Arkansas took advantage of Ole Miss's defense, a lot of it was created by Taylor Green. Well, that's a one-of-one athlete. So is Jake Retzloff going to be able to recreate that?
Apparently not. No,
probably not. They're going to have to figure out other ways. Now, I didn't know if they were going to be able to figure out other ways because we hadn't seen it from their other guys. But, like, that was another one where it's like, man. We watch the games.
Yeah, that's fair.
There were a couple others too, like South Carolina, Missouri.
Ooh,
man, we watched South Carolina. I know Lenore Sellers, is a difference maker, but, like, he hadn't made a lot of difference for that offense.
It's bad when you got him and the offense is still that bad.
Bad, and has been bad, and, like, was bad against a bad defense in Virginia Tech to start the year. You gotta watch these things.
One thing on Michigan, and yeah, look, you're right. Like, I picked the game and I picked the wrong side. I don't think, like you said, I think the word you used to describe Michigan is the correct one, which is that they're limited. They are very good at the running back spot. They're well coached defensively. Bryce Underwood is a special player. He is a true freshman. I thought in that spot going on the road, that offense would struggle. Instead, turns out, like, that offense is built around home run hitters right now. Like every week, Justice Haynes is going out there and ripping off a 75-yard touchdown. Like, that's
not an accident anymore. Like, that's a thing now.
That's happening. Yeah, so anyway. Michigan ran for 290 on the ground. Like, there's Michigan fans that are like, this is my porn. Like, I love this. This is it. This is what I want. Good defense, strong ground game. The receiver thing is going to be a problem all year, but do I think Michigan's like a top 5 team in the Big Ten? Yeah, probably.
That's sort of my point. Like, sure, the receiver thing could be a problem all year, but when's it going to matter? Like, for Michigan on that schedule, when's it going to matter? Yeah,
USC. It's going to matter at USC. Like,
I don't know that it will. Maybe. Jury's still out to me on USC. Jury's still out. Like, that is a program that looks really good.
Wagon watch.
Not a wagon. You
got it. A program.
You're going to be a wagon.
It's a program that's really good this year, but historically and institutionally, that is a program that does not match up against teams like Michigan.
Fair.
And so, is their skill overwhelming enough to overcome the deficiencies that they will have? Michigan does play Washington. Again, jury's out on Washington.
It is for a couple more days, but we might be talking about Washington next week.
We might be. I think that Washington is probably still a step behind from a talent standpoint at the places that matter, to the point where like the receiver is not going to make a big difference. But I could be proven wrong by that. Jury's still out to me on them. So we'll see, man. Like, I think Michigan is a good team. I think Michigan is a potential college football playoff team. But I think Michigan, like if you were to ask who's this year's Indiana, I think it might be Michigan, because like, USC, Washington, Michigan State, Purdue, Northwestern, Maryland, Ohio State. Like they got 2 games left on that schedule, 2.5. We'll see about Washington, but will that stuff matter in any of those games? I don't know. I think there's a possibility that it doesn't.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
2%. Is that yours, Tripp?
It was me. Yeah.
Update.
Tripp, who's emailing you this early, man? Come on now.
Hey, man, I'm trying to work on some video stuff for this thing and got people trying to help me out because it's my computer's a little wonky. All right. One thing that shocked me last week, I'm not even kidding. This like took my breath away. I went to check, fell asleep Saturday night, a little before the last games wrapped up.
Soft.
Wanted to see if USC won. Wanted to see if USC covered. They didn't. And then I just happened to stumble upon the Cal score at San Diego State, 34-0. And I just kind of went, how the hell? Like, come on, man. This is another guy. Like, Justin Wilcox. Don't be a favorite. Just.
It's tough on the road, man. So I'm trying to tell y'all, man. It's tough on the road.
Yeah, you don't just roll into TDCFCU Stadium or whatever.
Snapdragon Stadium, man. Put some respect on that.
Snapdragon?
Okay. Snapdragon.
Wow.
Yeah, JKS had a rough night.
He still actually had decent numbers. He did apparently throw a pick 6 on the 3-yard line.
Yes, that's the thing that happened.
Yeah.
ECU did that to BYU. Did anybody catch that ECU pick 6 late first half?
I have BYU this week. I saw that it happened. I have not seen it yet.
Dude, it is. Watch that. When you watch that, you'll be like, that is not only the coaching decision inside of a minute to go in inside your own 5. You're down 7-3. Like you're in the game. This dude, he should probably be investigated for point shaving. I don't know why else you do that in that spot. Roddy, it was the worst pick 6 you've ever seen. And way to let the cat out of the bag.
Clemson-Troy game.
Way to let the cat out of the bag that you're going back to Boulder, baby. A little BYU Colorado Saturday night.
Last night you guessed that.
I guessed it
by your vacation house.
How did I know? Because I'm looking at the TV. I'm looking at the TV listings, man. I want to know. Like, I like playing this game because I'm a nerd when it comes to broadcasting. But I want to see if I can guess where Hot Rod's going. And I know there's a couple spots on the map that, like, if it's an ESPN or ABC game, and it's in Boulder, Roddy, you're going, bro. You and Coach Prime.
I know.
Y'all are like this, man. What's that like?
It's fine, man. It's a long trip, but it's fine. Yeah. Boulder's beautiful. I got my hiking spots. I'm gonna take my boots. Not gonna take my bear spray because if you see me with the bear, worry about the bear.
Sure. I would be. I 100% would be. You should probably pack the bear spray just in case.
You need to watch that show alone.
No, I'm not gonna watch any show. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna hike, and if a bear sees me, I'm gonna Yogi Bear that dude.
What shocked you from week 4, Roddy?
Noogie.
Don't.
I'm pulling for you.
I want you to keep your arms. Please don't do that.
What shocked me from week 4? Probably, honestly, nothing. But I will go with the way. I think the start to SMU season. I'm a little surprised by that. Maybe not shocked, especially after what we saw week 1 out of Baylor, but they blow the big lead against Baylor, lose in double overtime. And then they can't tackle against TCU. Like Eric McAllister at 254, 3 touchdowns. That was a close game. SMU was leading the game until Eric McAllister's second long touchdown. Well, I think it was his first long one, the second touchdown. And then he had another one. It's an SMU team that won all of those games a year ago, and it seems like they're not winning those games this year, and the schedule's tough. So I would say more so than anything, maybe the ACC's 2 college football playoff teams from a year ago, like Clemson's barbecue chicken, like we're prepping SMU's chicken. Like we're prepping them. We're about to stick them in the oven at 350, maybe 375.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because like SMU was so good last year, but then you put them under the microscope, and it's like, well, you avoided, all these top echelon teams in the ACC.
Yeah,
That's
but
just the way the
they
schedule
beat this
broke.
caliber of team. They beat the TCUs and the Baylors. Although I think TCU and Baylor are pretty good. Although
was gonna
Baylor's
say,
record, if you were to go record on you, Baylor's 2-2, so they lost at home.
We might have to put
that's like that might as well count as 2 losses.
That was a
'cause they
great
lost
game
at home.
too. That could have been one of the best things I saw all week. The Arizona State Baylor game. That was high level stuff in the fourth quarter.
Good game.
Yeah.
Good game.
Levitt, Stones.
Finally.
Serious Stones.
TCU Arizona State this weekend, by the way. So we'll see. I mean, that's another big one in the Big 12. I think TCU is definitely, I don't know, man, top 3 team in that league.
Who's your 3?
You got to put Texas Tech at 1 because of what they just did. And, I mean, I Iowa State, TCU, Arizona State, 2, 3, 4 in that order, something like that. What do you think?
I think I'd honestly put Arizona State up there. We're talking about Levitt. I know you said finally. I'm going to just say this. That dude, and I don't want to look back. I don't know what the stats were, but I watched the second half of that game. Levitt, they basically shut that offense down for half of the game. But I saw a quarterback sit back there, patient. And the second they got a DB turned around the wrong way, he burned them for 70 yards right over the top. I mean, he was damn near in his own end zone. Throws the ball 70 yards. They go down for a score. He had another laser into the end zone. Really liked what I saw from him. I know he's a guy that's supposed to be good, but I was very impressed with what I saw.
Arizona State 243 yards in the second half, 157 in the first half. So a lot more production.
Who's your top tier Big 12 teams? You made a look. You seemed unhappy.
Well,
with
Arizona State being up there is a little I think it's a little aggressive. They did lose at Mississippi State.
Be a little aggressive.
It's tough on the road, as I've been trying to explain to you. Very few teams have won on the road in elite environments this year.
It's funny. A lot of people go to Starkville and win, and a lot of people will go to Starkville and win. But really,
funny you say that because they got a game this weekend that Tripp has already pulled me aside to tell me about. Is one of the more
I don't lockish. Hey, hang on
spots of the season.
Don't blow my spot up here.
I won't blow your spot up. I didn't tell you what side you liked. I just put it out there. Circled it.
I would say Texas Tech is 1. TCU's probably 2, and Iowa State to me would be 3. And then I think you're getting into the Arizona State.
You've done half of BYU's season, so I mean, I'm surprised you're not throwing the Cougs out there.
I honestly think if Arizona State and Iowa State played, I think Arizona State would probably be favored.
Depends where the game
maybe,
is.
but Kansas State was favored over Iowa State and Dublin, so
yeah, we've got more of a sample size now.
Yes, and also a loss for that Arizona.
They did have a loss. It was a crazy
catch
play.
this L.
Yeah, I think BYU, Houston. I'm not comfortable with Arizona yet. Utah still, I think they're in that third tier of maybe they're legit, maybe not. See, am I forgetting anybody? There's a lot of teams in that conference now.
There are a lot of teams.
I think that would be it. Cincinnati could be in there.
No, come on. No,
we'll see. They got a chance.
Brendan Sorsby's playing really well. If you look at QBR in the country, Brendan Sorsby's top 7, top 6.
Why don't you throw your boy? Why not throw Houston out there? No, you're a huge Willie Fritz guy.
I did throw Houston out there. I said Houston. Houston's in that group of might be good. Honestly, here, bro, you're gonna laugh at me when I say this, but UCF is not in the bottom tier of the Big 12. UCF is higher than the bottom tier. Maybe not a lot higher, but they have been boat racing people.
Can we clip that for later, Tripp? Can we clip that for 3 months from now?
I don't know.
Please?
We'll see. We're gonna find out.
something that shocked me from the weekend, just the visual of Arch Manning flexing in front of a Sam Houston State defender. Bro, please.
Oh,
like
cringe.
I'm not an Arch Manning hater. I'm not.
Why?
I'm not. It's just like
do that at Ohio State. Don't do that. Don't do that
Hold
against
on, man.
Abilene
Hold
Christian
on.
or don't do it when you're a 40-point favorite.
You guys are doing the old man thing right now.
No, I'm not.
I'm an old man.
I'm good with swag. Like I'm good with it, but like
no, but swag on your terms. And
that's correct. Yes,
and
that is correct.
Deem it necessary. That's
that
the old
correct.
man thing.
Yes.
Like I'm okay with them people over there, but only if they do it when I say they can do it. Like that's the old man thing.
I like Texas. I like Arch.
I like kids.
You don't
but
need
only
this.
when they're quiet and they behave.
I mean, yeah, depending on the day, sure. I won't push back on that theory. Yeah, it's tough out here, man. It's tough.
Arch has had a tough start to the year. This is a legitimate statement. None of the three of us have any freaking clue what it's been like to be that dude over the last month. No clue. Every show in America is talking about that guy. Why? Because his last name. No, we are talking about him because now you're upset that he's flexing.
Yeah, correct. But this is the first time all year. I mean, I haven't crowned this guy. Like, that's Paul Feinbaum. That's all these other people. That ain't me. That ain't us.
But if his name is Arch Johnson, you're not caring about him flexing on a Sam Houston State player.
If it was Arch Hartzell, I'd care, okay? Just go back to the huddle. Come on, man. Like, we're fine.
Hartzell.
Just give the ball to the referee. You don't need to dangle in front of this guy. Right. Arch Hartzell.
It was just overkill. It was overkill. On, you don't do that as a 40-point favorite. I'm sorry.
You don't cry after a loss at home to Syracuse, but it's the entire season that led to Dabo crying on the field. It's the entire season that has led to
do we know that he cried on the field? Do we know that? We saw it?
Did you not see it?
I didn't see the tears.
I saw it, whatever. But I'm not crucifying Arch for doing what he did. I just didn't like it. I mean, it's not something I would do if I was a 40-point favorite in a game. Look, I'm not going to say like the guy should be replaced at quarterback because he's too cocky. I'm not saying that. I'm just
laugh,
saying
man. It was laughable. It was like again. It was like, of course, man. It's Sam Houston State. What'd you think was going to happen? Do you think that guy was going to bring you down at the 2? Come on, man.
He's played 3 games this year. And none of them have looked like Sam Houston State. Like none of them he had the success that he did against Sam Houston State. And you can say what you want. That's an FBS program now, so you can disrespect them all you want. I believe they won a bunch of games last year, too.
I'm not disrespecting them. Arch is disrespecting them. 40 just to clarify.
I get that you're a 40-point favorite. I get it. Arch isn't looking at the spreads and being like, today I can celebrate, tomorrow I can't. He is a guy that has been under a freaking microscope the entire season. And 100%. Everyone's asking if he's hurt. Everyone's asking what's wrong with him, telling him that he's messed up in the head because he can't throw the ball. Also, there's just the frustration of like self-frustration of, why can't I do this? I am good enough to do this. Why can't I do the frustration that goes along with that? So I have absolutely no problem with Arch flexing on a grandma if he scores on her, if it gets him feeling good. Like, I don't care. Spike the football, dance in her face. You know what? It's football. That guy's on scholarship too. I don't give a damn how much you're a favorite by. That was a release of emotion that, to be quite honest, I was happy to see from him because it was a guy having a weight taken off of his shoulder. Like, yes, you're damn right. I can still do it. So you guys can old man it all you want. Oh, hand the ball to the referee. Football's hard, man. There's a lot of work that goes into it. There is a ton of sacrifice that goes into it. And I don't care if your name is Arch, Hartzell, Arch Hurd, Arch Manning, or Arch Jones. Like, you want to have success. And when you are a talented player that is going through this, the rash of frustrations that he has, to score, to get in the end zone, to have success, to kind of, he didn't even really run over the guy. Like, that was my one thing. Like, he was kind of in the end zone. But to have that release, like, have it, man. He's an emotional player. He needs to go and be emotional. So you guys old man it all.
Yeah, if you're a head case and you need that to like break yourself open, whatever, go for it.
That's
what you gotta have.
It has been a long season for your boy, Arch.
See, have a little grace for the 20-year-old. Jeez.
Hey,
No, he's a grown man.
Listen, we fixing to find out about Texas. At Florida, laugh about it all you want. Got to go to Florida. Oklahoma for Red River.
Do we think Texas's defense is good?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Do we think Florida's offense is good?
No.
Is it going to be a test?
Maybe.
Bye week, man. Like, we'll see. I mean, it is backs against the wall, brother. I mean, you're 1-3. It is. I mean, you are pinned against the wall. So we'll see. We'll see.
Backs against the wall is different than pinned against the wall. Once you're pinned, like you're in pretty bad shape.
I think you're pinned, aren't you?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, okay. Just to clarify, we're 100% pinned. So there you go. Week 4 takeaways. Roddy, anything else that we have not covered from the weekend? Because I mean, this Saturday, bro, it starts on Friday. Like, I am fascinated by Florida State UVA. I am excited for that game. Yeah, hell yeah.
Not a great spot for Florida State.
Nope.
With Miami on deck.
Bingo.
You've also Charlottesville. I remember 95. That was the first loss Florida State ever had in the ACC. I mean, they didn't have instant replay back then. I think they would have seen work done. Probably just barely got it over the goal line there. Probably
Shout
go
out
for
to
2.
Warren
Probably
almighty.
win that game.
That dude was incredible.
He was incredible. But Virginia, this offense is really good.
Like top 10 in the
Chandler Morris,
country.
They're the opposite of cooked, and I mean they could very easily be undefeated. They lost a coin flip game in Raleigh, but this thing sets up the 7.5. I don't like that at all for Florida State. This is going to be a real football game.
I mean, what do you think? What do you think? You're the host of the ACC Network Football Podcast, Roddy. One of the hosts. Are we putting Florida State on upset alert Friday night?
No, we're not. I think Virginia is much improved, and I think Virginia will beat other people in the league. But you remember that bright line that I was talking about in the Big Ten? I think there's that bright line in the ACC, and
Miami,
Florida State, bright line.
Hang on. Miami, Florida State,
bright line.
We're not comfortable putting the Jackets above the bright line.
Nah, they are not above the bright line. No.
What if Georgia was in the ACC?
Georgia,
I'm not here for
Miami,
hypotheticals.
Florida State, bright line. but above Miami apparently, because they won on the road.
Oh yeah.
Against a playoff team from last year. I think that holds some weight for me. But
beating a playoff team from last year?
Totally validated.
Georgia Tech and Syracuse have beaten a playoff team from last year. So is LSU.
Awesome.
So is TCU. So is Baylor.
Again, like some wins are better than others.
Texas
some wins
A&M
are better than others.
Beating a playoff team. Miami has also beaten a playoff team from last year, ironically enough, which you conveniently left out. It was the team. It was in the national championship game
at home.
So,
damn.
Hold on. If we do this, your playoff team was barely in the playoff. The one that Georgia beat, like they got waxed immediately. Like they didn't even make it out of December.
Home.
The playoff team that I'm talking about, that this team beat, went all the way into, what was it, late January? Like the 20th?
Was late January. Yeah.
20?
Sure
they
was.
Played a month longer? Wait, you're telling me that the team that my team beat, Miami beat, played a month longer than the team that Georgia beat? That's what you're telling me. Oh, and they beat them by a lot? Or like handily? Oh, they didn't need a missed field goal?
They won by 3 at home.
You know what? You're right. I think the team that you like is better.
Thank you. Thank you for that. I don't understand what it's going to take for you to buy all the way in on your alma mater, Roddy. Like, what's it going to take? Like, what more do you need to see? You need to see it in late November? Is that what?
Yeah, we're overlooking Georgia Tech. They're right. They're right there too.
No, they're not.
You're not going to
doing that. You're doing the same thing I'm doing right now. I'm like, hey, Florida State, pump the brakes. Even though inside I'm like,
Florida State's really good. Florida State has dominated every game that they played.
I don't want to talk about Florida State. I want to talk about Georgia Tech right now.
Georgia Tech has not dominated every game that they played.
Georgia Tech's pretty good.
Like, if you compare what Georgia Tech did at home against Clemson to what Syracuse did on the road against Clemson, who's the better team?
Can I interest you in something? This Saturday, you're going to be in Boulder. I mean, you're going to fly out there on Friday. You're going to get some one-on-one time with Coach Prime. You're going to hike, eat, maybe check out the local dispensaries. I don't know. Whatever it is that you do in Colorado. You know what your boy's doing this weekend? Holler at me.
Going to Winston-Salem. Going to
a packed Legacy Stadium.
Will it be packed?
Yeah, it'll be packed.
Here's the thing, dude.
Noon kick.
Oh, you're getting the early. Nice.
Georgia Tech needs to continue to win games. Like, they need to win this weekend against Wake Forest. I don't think it's an upset spot because I don't think Wake Forest is capable of stringing together enough minutes in a game. Like, I don't think they're capable of playing with Georgia Tech for 60 minutes. But this is the type of game that Georgia Tech has lost in the past.
You're nervous. You're concerned.
I'm concerned for the rest of the year. Like, Robbie Ashford goes off. Then you get Virginia Tech. Like, who knows what they'll be. At Duke, I don't know that Georgia Tech wins that game.
Could be dicey.
Syracuse now at home. I don't know that Georgia Tech wins that game. NC State on the road at Carter Finley. I don't know that Georgia Tech wins that game. You're lucky you missed Virginia, but you get Boston College. You go to Boston College in November. If it's cold, Pitt at home. I just saw Pitt. Like, I'm not over.
They are going to be favored in every game until the last week. So
yes,
I mean, that's
yeah. I don't know that they'll be favored Duke on the road. I think they probably will be, but I think the market's going to correct on Duke pretty quickly now.
The market's already corrected. They're a favorite this weekend, like a touchdown favorite. They're hosting. Hang on, I looked at this because it kind of caught me. Duke hosting. That's last week.
Syracuse. They're on the road.
Yeah, hosting Cuse.
Yeah,
favored by a touchdown because of the quarterback.
Ricky Collins is the quarterback for Syracuse now. So yeah. Anyway, I don't think Georgia Tech is in the Miami Florida State category, and I don't know how, based on what they've looked like, you can put them in that category.
Okay. Because we're downgrading the Clemson win because now Clemson's 1-3 and they're trash, right?
Dude, we're not even downgrading the Clemson win. Just look at how they beat Clemson. Like, it's a win, yes, but it's not like they rolled Clemson. And yes, Clemson looking worse does not help, certainly. Like, you look at the ACC's college football playoff chances. I know you don't like to do this, but let's talk about it. Their teams in the ACC should be worried because they will be downgraded a win, or how should I put this? Like, the teams that they are compared against will basically be operating as if they have an extra win in hand over the ACC team. So a 10-2 ACC team is not going to be compared to a 10-2 Big Ten team or SEC team. They're going to be compared to the 9-3 ones, like last year. But it's worse because the ACC has been awful in the non-conference. Awful. There's too many points. There's too many losses out there. I think we're 5, and I've got it somewhere. It's on the ACC Network Football Podcast if you want. But they're like 5-12 against other Power 4 opponents. In the wins, like Miami's got 2 of them. Let me see if I can find it. But it's not good. 5-12 versus Power 4. The wins are Florida, Notre Dame, both of which done by Miami. Colorado, done by Georgia Tech, which, Colorado went and lost to Houston. Bama, which was Florida State, and Minnesota, who Cal beat. Cal then turned around and lost to San Diego State. So all that goodwill gone.
Yeah, they did.
The losses: Tennessee, Vandy, South Carolina, Michigan State, Illinois, TCU twice, Baylor, UCF, West Virginia, and BYU. There's going to be too many points of let's see, Indiana. Let's put Indiana's resume up against, random team from the ACC. Let's say Florida State. Let's just throw Florida State out there. I don't even know if this works because I don't know that Duke plays Florida State. But let's say Duke beats Florida State. Florida State ends up 10-2 with a loss to Miami and Duke. Which, not impossible if they play. I'm not sure that they do. But you're going to put up Indiana, and you're going to be like, Indiana, I mean, they boat raced Illinois. Illinois got to win over Duke, who then beat Florida State. Like, that's tough. It's tough for us to put Florida State in over Indiana. Similar records. And you can do that all the way down the line. Like, Duke lost to Tulane. Duke just beat NC State. NC State, and the domino effect of that on your strength of record is that Tulane beats Duke, Duke beats NC State. Tulane then goes and gets housed by Ole Miss. Housed by Ole Miss. So now Tulane's not as good, which downgrades the loss to Duke, which downgrades the loss that NC State has. So it's a trickle down effect, and everybody's got them to some extent, but the ACC's just got more of them. And to teams like, Hawaii is on the loss list.
Shout out to the Bows.
So UCF is not going to be great. South Carolina is 0-2 in their league.
Sure are.
West Virginia just got blasted by Kansas.
Bro, West Virginia's terrible. The fact that they won the backyard brawl, like, if I'm a Pitt fan, like, that's going to haunt me, just like it's going to haunt Tripp, who had Pitt minus 7.5.
I will, but I want to say, like, that's another really, outside of FSU Virginia, that's the biggest game in the ACC this week, Louisville at Pitt.
Yeah.
And even though Pitt lost that game, backyard brawl, I'm still kind of high on those guys. I still think they could win. I mean, honestly, even looking now, I don't count Florida State as like an automatic loss for anybody. I still think Pitt, like, ceiling is probably still 10. I think they could find a way to get there. They'd have to win one or two really tough games, but
yeah. Duke does not play Florida State, so that scenario
they don't.
Is out the window.
But it'll be NC State. They'll lose at NC State because they do
something
that
like that
every time. Yeah.
I don't like. I think Florida State's on wagon track. Like, I think they're on track to be a wagon.
On track.
They're on my list. They're on my list for the wagon watch.
So I'm not as concerned. I'm not as concerned about Florida State as you are, Tripp.
Let me roll.
I'm much more concerned about Georgia Tech.
I'm concerned about Florida State Friday night. I'm excited to watch that. I teased it earlier. Wagon watch. For folks that don't know what a wagon is, again, I'm not talking about a bandwagon. I'm talking about a team that is just strong, that's going out there and just waxing people. Roddy, what do you have? A question?
Is this a one-time thing, or is this going to be a regular thing?
This is a regular thing.
Every week.
Because the wagon watch is going to change from week to week.
I need you to have something like Tripp's, here comes the lock doctor.
Oh, you want imaging?
Yeah, we need some imaging.
All right, I'll get Tripp on. I'll get Tripp on that. Tripp.
No, it's got to be you. It's got to be you.
I don't do imaging anymore, man.
No.
I don't.
Me, mama, like a wagon watch. Rock me,
You want me to sing that?
Yeah, something like that. It's got to be something with.
I'll tell you what. Why don't I call my boy Darius and see if he can't just get in the booth and cut something for us, and then we'll use that. All right, big hootie guy over here.
Hootie.
How was Phish, by the way?
You want to do that now?
Yeah, before your wagon watch.
It's the weirdest thing about you.
Why is it weird, Tripp? Why is it weird?
I don't know anything about Phish except for when I found out you like Phish. Other people that we work with have showed me clips of what Phish does, and it looks weird, man. That's not normal.
What looks weird?
The vacuum cleaner. What are they doing?
I mean, they definitely take chances musically. They don't really. I mean, the vacuum doesn't come out very often.
It's your thing. You know what? I don't care. That's
so
your
here's
thing.
the thing. No. You
like
asked.
Look, that's fine.
Look, you asked. Okay, I am.
Just glad you're safe. People were stabbed outside a Phish concert.
Somebody was stabbed at Hampton over the weekend, and that's not okay. That we don't condone violence here, obviously on CSN. So all right, because you asked, Roddy, and thank you for asking. Look, live music makes me feel something in a way that very few things do. It used to be sports. Honestly, before I started working here, like, sports were that thing for me. Sports don't really make me feel stuff. Very few sporting events do, like World Cup stuff, Olympics still. But last year's Georgia Tech game, very few things will make me actually, like, get a flutter. Live music does that for me. And frankly, if I'm power ranking the best live acts, bands, experiences you can have at a concert venue, Phish is number one with a bullet for me. Now, if you want to say the Rolling Stones are a better band, U2 is a better band, fine. Okay, I'm not going to fight you on that. Like, those guys are all still alive. They still play music. But if you're talking about going to a concert, yeah.
But what is it that moves you about? And I'm asking you an honest question here, because
honest question.
I've been to a lot of concerts too, and when a 4 or 5 minute song turns into a 25-minute jam session, like, I don't understand how that moves you. Like, why does that move you? And I'm not making fun of them.
No, that's fine. Genuine. That's a fair ask. My wife and kids are like, "This is terrible. Turn this off." there's no script, man. Just like when we do this show or anything in life, frankly, like you can go in there with a plan, but those guys just go out there on stage and they just let it rip. And there's a loose framework. Yes, we're going to play this song, but we don't know where this is going to go. We don't know where we're going to take you. I roll out of bed this morning. I've got an idea of what the day has in store for me. But what happens if I get hit by a bus today? What happens if I'm going and getting a cup of coffee and I get struck by a bolt of lightning? What happens if there's like a natural disaster? You never know.
Dude, why can't you go the other way? Like, what happens if I hit the lottery? What happens if somebody buys me dinner? What happens if, my wife decides that tonight's the night, like.
You can't even talk about hitting the lottery. Jeez. About the same
that's
odds.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. You're like, oh, what if I get hit by a bus?
Well, you got to give her more opportunities. You're always gone listening to Phish.
I went to 2 Phish shows, and I was gone for 2 nights.
You went to 3.
Nah, just 2.
I didn't go to Hampton. Mind-altering drugs in that place.
There's definitely that. That's definitely happening. I'm not going to say that doesn't happen, but that also happens everywhere. Like people do drugs all over.
I won't hold that against anybody. I think like I've never done psychedelic drugs, but I wouldn't mind just trying it at some point.
Yeah, a little
microdose. Trip. Yeah, listen. Why don't you hide in Roddy's suitcase and you guys can go to Boulder this weekend and legally you can partake in all that stuff.
Could I do a microdose and do it like on the show next Tuesday?
I'm pretty sure you can buy mushrooms legally in Colorado. I'm pretty sure you can.
Yeah, but how do you know it's safe? Like that's what I'm worried about. I don't want to get
the ones that you buy legally are very safe. Like those are the best ones.
Yeah, you have to. It's like it's regulated.
I don't want to buy it. If you're buying it legal, it can't be as good.
Yes, it can. It most certainly can be. Yes, it most certainly can be.
Product.
Listen, Tripp, it's just like buying a can of beer. Like you're not going to open a can of beer and it's going to be like 80% alcohol by volume. Like you know exactly what you're getting. It's the same thing with recreational drugs.
I've been told that they've got a full the things on the back, like the nutrition guides on the back of a box of you
get percentages
cereal.
Yes,
you get that with the recreational marijuana. I've heard. I've been to Colorado a lot, so people have told me.
I think Aaron Rodgers and guys like that get a lot of people poke fun at him a lot over the whole ayahuasca thing, and I don't even know what ayahuasca is, but there's something about just like floating in the ocean and having your mind altered.
I think that'd be good for you.
I think it would be good for me. I just want to do it one time.
I'm worried about your ticker, though. I'm not going to lie. You get an elevated heart rate when we start talking about like work. So I would be worried about your ticker.
I don't get an elevated heart rate for work. I am when we're at work, like last year or 2 years ago, when we were watching Florida State at Clemson, my heart rate was like 120 something. Because I'm just too freaking invested in this stuff. And every time I try to remove myself from it, they bring me like Cooper Flagg last year. He just brought me back in.
Oh, that was the other team in the Final Four. Thank you for reminding me. It was Duke. Roddy, I will give you credit. I stayed with my buddy who lives like in Eastlake, like Memorial Drive, Decatur, like that whole, like Kirkwood, like that whole neighborhood, that whole pocket of Atlanta. Dude, it is it's not what it used to be. It's like a totally different place.
Yeah.
Like things have been like built on top of things that used to not. It was wild to me. I didn't know that people were living like that down there.
They used to buy a lot of the recreational drugs down there on like corners. No, now you go to Trader Joe's on that same corner.
Yeah, no, it was like very nice. It was like super nice. So
it's very
anyway,
it's very
Phish was fun.
I don't know who your friend is, but they're
Roddy. If you ever want to go next time I'm down there, I'd be happy to introduce you to
only if we can microdose.
The scene. Oh, okay, very good. That's not legal in Georgia, just to clarify. But by the way, if you're taking like 3 of those microdoses, that's not a microdose at that point. You're just dosing.
I microdose. Like I don't want a full dose.
I don't want to have a bad experience either.
Exactly.
I want like a guarantee that it's not bad.
Just like a Phish show. I didn't wake up today and think that we were going to be talking about microdosing and recreational marijuana on the show. I thought we were going to be talking about wagons. I thought we were going to be talking about the wagon watch, which, by the way, here's my wagon watch. Rock me mama like a wagon watch. Vanderbilt. wagon. Peep the schedule.
What? Wait, hold on. Okay, hold on.
You're 4-0 against the spread, and you're 4-0 straight up. You are a wagon, sir.
But what makes them a wagon? Like
They're
margin of victory.
This thing is going to continue.
They're winning games by 35 points per. No, this is just what you've done through the first 4 weeks of the season. Are you a wagon?
Okay. Current
Vanderbilt.
wagons. We're not
Vanderbilt.
projected.
You're a wagon. Texas Tech. You're a wagon. Florida State. You're a wagon.
They're a wagon right now.
You're a wagon.
Yep.
Now, here's where it gets a little bit more me having liberties here because you're not perfect against the spread. You're still just rolling teams.
Or perfect overall.
Oregon, Indiana, Ole Miss, wagon qualities, wagon traits, wagon characteristics, if you will. Because I'm not willing to say like Utah State, Memphis, Arizona, Houston, BYU. You're perfect against the spread. You're winning games by a lot. I'm not comfortable saying Memphis is a wagon or BYU is a wagon.
Why?
Because it's margin of victory. It's quality of opponent. Like JMU is perfect against the spread. I'm not putting JMU on here as a wagon. You lost to Louisville by 2 tutties.
Who's Oregon played?
Oregon did not cover against Northwestern. They left the back door open. Now you win that game. What was it? 44. I think they had 34. They were up 34-0.
But
they
Oregon
let
has played Oregon
two late tutties.
Oklahoma State, Northwestern, and like Portland State.
Yeah, they played nobody. Yeah, but still
quality of opponent, not real high there, and they also didn't handle one of the not good teams. I'm just trying to figure out because BYU doesn't make the list, and they went on the road
and beat ECU. Congrats!
Which is part of your thing. On the road at ECU, beat them by a lot.
Yep,
but not wagon. But
not
Oregon, who at home had trouble covering the spread against West Virginia, leaving the back door against Northwestern, leaving the back door open. Wagon. I can't.
BYU's winning games by 38 points per game. Oregon 41.5. I mean, they're in the discussion.
It's a 3-point difference
in the discussion.
I'm confused. I'm just trying to figure this out. I'm trying to nail down what makes something a wagon.
Sex appeal, like.
If Ohio State wins big this way, like if they go to Washington and really beat those guys up, I'd put them on the way. But right now, I can't put them.
I don't know if Ohio State's going to win Saturday.
Why is Miami not a wagon?
They beat them up.
Miami could be a wagon. Yeah, we can put
Miami.
On this list.
I think Miami's probably a wagon because they were an underdog against Notre Dame. Easily covered against Florida. Easily covered against South Florida. I think that's a wagon.
Yeah, 3-1.
They passed the eye test. They're a wagon.
Yep, 25 points per victory on average. Yeah, I'm good with that.
I mean, they're the best team in the country, and they're probably never going to lose again, ever.
According to Roddy,
no chance.
It's not at all.
Southeast nation. I mean, what's the difference? Honestly, we're splitting hairs here. So anyway, I'll check back in. It may not be an every week thing, but I just need to keep people posted on these wagons.
If we get some imaging, it's every week.
I'll work on that. I think that's a good idea, Roddy. Nice contribution by you. Hey man, can we get some imaging for the wagon watch? I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna put that
Oklahoma,
on my to-do
not
list.
A wagon. Oklahoma's not a wagon.
No, they're not. They're not a wagon.
I mean, you're winning games by like 7 points. Like that's not wagon-esque.
Yeah,
but quality of opponent.
It's good quality opponent, but they haven't made it look easy.
I hate. Sure. Let me just re-emphasize that I hate you. Okay.
USC.
I hate you.
No.
USC's on the wagon. USC is wagon-esque. They got wagon.
They got wagon potential, but they're not doing wagon things.
I need to see. You know what I need to see from USC? I'll tell you what I need to see from USC. I need to see you do it on the road, because you hung around. You let Purdue hang around in the slop 2 weeks ago. Now you got to go to a pissed off Illinois team. Need to see it on the road. I don't mind.
But
a team
BYU
averaging,
showed you on the road. It doesn't qualify.
Come on, man. ECU, we're doing that.
You said you threw out Oklahoma going to Temple earlier.
I did. I did. By the way, you mentioned the non-conference, out-of-conference P4 wins with the ACC. Do you have that on hand for the American by chance?
No.
The Americans
has a bad record against the Power Four, though.
Not this year.
They have had a bad record against the Power Four this year. You're selectively picking which American teams.
No.
That
I think the American has more non-conference P4 wins than the ACC and Big 12 combined.
I will check that.
If you're able to pull that up with the quickness, I think the American's in the midst of kind of like a pretty nice, because you've got like North Texas, Memphis. You mentioned UCF. Like, there's some squads out there, and the Americans had a nice September. They've had a very good month so far.
Do you remember the 20th? The American is 6-11 against the Power Four, which is more wins than the ACC. I don't know that it's more wins than the Big 12. It's definitely not more wins than them combined because the ACC has 5.
Okay.
So,
all right.
The Big 12 has Big 12 is 8-6.
Okay.
Versus the other power conferences. So you were completely wrong about your stat that you threw.
American though, nice year. Having a nice year.
See the Earth, Wind, and Fire thing on CBS? Anybody see that?
Nope.
I mean, that's a concert I'd take in right there.
I'd love to go see Earth, Wind, and Fire. That'd be sick, dude. You kidding me?
They had a great special on CBS after 60 Minutes on Sunday.
September. So the other thing about the American is Tulane's got 2 wins over Power 4 teams. They're over Northwestern and Duke. South Florida's win over Florida. Tulsa's win over Oklahoma State. Memphis over Arkansas. It's legit. And Army over Kansas State. So all these teams suck.
Listen, I can't. I'm not here for that. Like, that's just. Don't shoot down at the American, man. Like, they're winning those games. Like,
context. It's called context. Steve.
Context is important. Yeah.
Quality 100%. Of opponent, as you've thrown out a number.
But when I mention my context around a team like Miami that is yet to leave their backyard and will not leave it for the first 2 months of the season, sorry.
It just runs counter. Just runs counter to all of your points contradict each other. You're like the college football playoff committee. Quality of opponent. Well, what about Notre Dame, Florida, and South Florida? They haven't left home. Well, what about BYU, who's gone on the road? Well, no, they did it against ECU. Well, what about Oklahoma, who did it against Temple? Well, they've played people. Well, so is Miami. We just circular logic here. Like, we just keep going round and around.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yep. Hard Rock Stadium should be counted more as a neutral site rather than
not when they play Notre Dame and Florida. That place is ballistic for games like that.
I don't know.
I want to make sure that we give Rodstra some time to wrap up the show because our boy did have a winning week, 7-5.
Yeah.
For the season, Rodstra is 500, 25-25.
Wagon,
but
Jason.
Listen, you bounce back. You bounce back from a 4-8 week to deliver. Sure, you picked Clemson minus 17.5. We won't hold that against you. You had some nice picks on here, including Miami, wagon, UCF, wagon-esque. You had Memphis. You had some nice picks, and you also had a couple bad beats. Army was a tough beat.
It was.
Auburn was a really tough beat.
Army lost.
Yeah, that's pretty much SMU. I mean, they led by double digits at one point in that game, but tough.
No, it was the other way. SMU was trailing by double digits. They led by like 4 for about a minute. They trailed that entire game. That TCU dominated that thing. But that one was not good. I thought they'd cover though.
My point is, you had a winning week, and is that right? I thought SMU was up in that game. Maybe not.
They were late in the fourth quarter, and then TCU went bang, bang, touchdown.
I have that backwards. Yep, I have that backwards.
But TCU was up by double digits.
Yeah,
TCU was the one that controlled it.
You're right.
All right,
week 5, Rodstradamus. Talk to me. What you like?
Give me Florida State minus the 7.5 on the road.
I mean, look, you're the ACC guy. I'm not gonna push back on that. I'm just gonna tell you right now, though, I'm oppo that. I'm oppo. What's the number?
7.5.
Watch out for the hook, man. You've been dying by the hook all season.
I know.
So
Hook's been getting me. I'll go TCU minus the plus 2.5 at Arizona State.
That's a Friday nighter too, isn't it?
Yep, I like what I'm seeing out of the Horny Toads.
Okay.
Tripp, you're not feeling my Friday.
Man, I'm worried that Florida State. I don't know if they can just put Virginia away. Like Virginia quarterbacks look really good, and I mean he's like 45 years old. He's played at every school in the country. Like, can't find a more experienced quarterback.
Yeah, the thing is, if you can make Virginia one-dimensional, when Virginia's had success, they've been able to run the ball as well. They've been able to throw it on everybody, but they've been able to run the ball as well. So I think Florida State will have a good chance to not let them run it as well as they have over the course of the year.
Okay.
But that offense is really good, man. That offense is really good. I got questions about the defense, but I think that offense is really good.
Okay.
NC State's defense gave Virginia some trouble in the second half of that game. So there's that. You have to tackle well against Virginia. That's the thing. They got good skill. I will go Wake Forest plus the 13 and a hook at a Legacy.
I see what you're doing here. That's fine.
What?
That's fine.
What? Doing what?
You're consistently just buying wins every week. It's fine. I respect it. You're willing to sacrifice here on this show for the greater good.
I don't know what you're talking about. No clue. Give me. Oh man, I gotta pick Illinois USC.
No, you don't.
I don't believe in USC yet, and they're on the road. 10:00 body kick. Give me Illinois plus a 6 and a hook.
Wow.
Plus.
I don't hate that handicap. You don't have to bet every game on the board, Rochester. You can skip a few. Just the big ones, like Tech Wake. Yeah, just the big ones.
That's a good point. I'll go Duke minus 6 and a hook. I actually like Duke, man. I think Duke's going to be a problem.
Duke's had a wild first month of the season. They've gone through the full range of emotions.
They're going to be a problem for people. I like your feel, Tripp, on Louisville Pitt. Louisville is banged up as well at the running back and receiver positions. Give me Pitt plus the 4.5.
You're backing a bad team, though.
I don't think they're a bad team. I think they had a really, really rough start to that backyard brawl. Kind of dug themselves a hole. Kind of got the game under control and then just
went up 11 and then just
sick over it.
Yeah, I mean, okay, all right.
Give me UCF plus 6.5.
Where are the Knights this week?
They are at Kansas State, and let me tell you, things might be falling apart in Manhattan.
It's a lot of points. A lot of points for a team that is
1 and 3.
Yeah,
exactly.
0-3 against FBS. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah. I will go Ohio State minus the 9.5 at Washington.
That's a choice.
And then give me Ole Miss minus whatever they're favored by.
It's dropped to 1.5.
Yeah, Ole Miss beats LSU this week.
Wow.
You don't like that, Tripp?
I like Nussmeier. I'm a big quarterback guy. You know, when you got the better quarterback.
Do they have the better quarterback based on how they played this year?
I think they've got the better quarterback.
Nuss has struggled this year. He's struggled.
I think he's good in big-time spots, and I think Ole Miss is still – well, I don't know. They look good. I like Tulane last week too, and Ole Miss just put them away. But Ole Miss can still be a little bit, defense optional. I think LSU's defense is a little better, and they got the better quarterback. I'm leaning LSU right now.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick though, Roddy, what's Ole Miss's quarterback situation like? Are they going to split snaps, or is this Trinidad Chambliss' show now? What do we think?
I don't know how you can start Austin Simmons in this game against LSU. I was told that he didn't practice basically at all last week.
Right.
And I don't know why you would. They've got a bye week after LSU. I don't know why you would. Like, you're not punting on the LSU game at all, but I don't know why you put that guy out there against that defense. The defense is fast. I do think that defense is good. I do think we need to reevaluate a little bit how good we think that defense is. I do think they're good, but I don't think they're like, what we built them up to be after Clemson and Florida. Because I think if you look at the Clemson and Florida performances before and after that,
true,
you have to contextualize what that LSU defense has actually done. Ole Miss is going to, and so that leads me to believe that Ole Miss is going to score points on them. Like, I think Ole Miss is going to move the ball on them. Florida moved the ball on them.
Yeah.
So I think Ole Miss is going to move the ball on them. Hell, Clemson moved the ball on them. Like, and we've seen what Clemson has been the rest of the year. And then defensively, Ole Miss is not great, and so I do think LSU could have some success. Thing is, LSU has not been good on offense this year.
Right.
That offensive struggle, that offensive line has struggled, and Ole Miss has enough up front to give a struggling offensive line trouble, which they did against Arkansas. The thing is, they couldn't get Taylon Green on the ground. Garrett Nussmeier ain't Taylon Green.
Right.
So when you have a guy that's more of a statue, which we saw with Retzloff, like Retzloff, good athlete, but not Taylon Green, Ole Miss was able to corral him. I don't think Ole Miss is going to be terrified by the receiving core of LSU. So I don't know, man. Like I kind of like Ole Miss in the game overall. Despite, I agree, like Nuss is a big game player. Last year against Ole Miss had him on the ropes. 2 4th downs on that final drive. They ended up tying up before it went to overtime.
Yeah.
Garrett Nussmeier was nails in that game. But I don't know. I will say, Lane Kiffin's got a right to be pissed off. He's got a right. To be pissed off.
About?
They play LSU at LSU every single time. It's a night game. LSU comes to Oxford every single time. 2:30 local game. And Lane said it. Watch. He was like, watch. When we go to Georgia, we're going to be at night too. Why? Because Ole Miss is good enough to make it a big enough thing where when they go to a big environment, they're going to play at night. But they're not quite to the level where when they play it at home, they're going to play it at night. It is a really interesting thing, man, because you talk about going on the road. There is no bigger contrast between wins and losses than going on the road at night in the SEC. On the road at night, SEC, it is like that is the biggest dividing line other than how good the team is. Biggest dividing line of like chance to win, chance to lose in the country. It is. Like just go look at the records. Teams that play at home at night in that league don't lose. So
interesting. So it's almost like what you're saying is that it's tough on the road.
On the road.
Georgia was an afternoon game.
It was an
afternoon. It was 3:30 game.
That's why they won. If that game had been played at night, they lose. I'm telling you.
Hang on. Let me just adjust their record here in my personal book. Get out of it. Miss me with that, bro. But
how it works in the SEC. Go and look at the records, dude. Look at the records. Matter of fact, I'll look at them, and by the end of the show, I'll have them for you. I have to make these picks though. A&M and Auburn. I'm not picking that one.
Auburn back-to-back on the road.
You skipped over UCLA Northwestern, by the way.
Yeah.
Big Ten pillow fight.
As you wear your UCLA hat.
I need a haircut, bro. I'm wearing it because my hair is out of control. I actually think UCLA might get it this week.
Yeah,
under interim head coach Tom Skipper.
Never heard of him.
It's a cool name.
Very cool name. I will take Boston College. No, I'm not doing that. Get out of here.
Roddy was about to pull the trigger on the BC Cal game.
I was about to pull the trigger on the BC Cal game. I was. I think Tulane minus 14.5 at Tulsa is a good pick. I'll take that.
All right, Tulane.
Actually, no, scratch that. Put Tennessee minus the 7.5 at Mississippi State on there.
Boy, no respect for State.
None. No, I think they're a good team. Jeff Lebby's done a good job this year, but Tennessee. Have you ever heard of the guy Joey Aguilar?
I have. I've heard a lot about him. Yeah.
Good. Oregon
Blake
plus
Shapen,
3.5.
Yeah.
Oregon plus 3.5.
Live by the hook, die by the hook.
Georgia minus 2.5.
Ooh, big games. Rodster does not shy away from the big games.
Kentucky plus 6.5.
Oh my God. Kentucky at South Carolina. Yo.
They're going to lose, but I think they cover.
Bro, you don't have to pick every SEC game. Dang, bro.
Under all over it.
The under in that game? How many games did we pick?
You're at 13. Baker's dozen.
Oh, okay. Scratch that. I want to get to 12. Scratch that last one.
You want to take Kentucky off?
Yeah, take Kentucky off.
All right. There you go. Week 5, Dirty Dozen. Rochester locking in with some picks starting on Friday night. Love to see it. You really do.
All right. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull up this stat. Team conference, SEC. You guys talk about something real quick while I do this.
Hey, I'll bring something up because I've got it wrote down here, and I wanted to ask earlier. I've got a top 5 names in college football. You want to hear them?
Yes.
Wade Woodaz. There's not much better name, especially like a linebacker. That's a great name. Hoss Hedgney.
Good
He's
one.
hurt, but great football name. Stanquan Johnson. He's hurt too. Still another great name. Sonny Styles, I think, is maybe the coolest name in college football. And then Hudson Cock, the kicker. That's a fucking name. That's a football name.
Easy. Wow. Wait. Why you got to drop an F-bomb? This is a family-friendly
Roddy did
show.
it earlier. We were already on.
I didn't drop an F-bomb.
Yeah, that was me. I did it earlier, so we were going to do it anyway.
What about the linebacker for EMU? Did you want to drop his name?
What's his name?
Noah?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from that. You should too. All right, so night games. Let's do in conference.
Bro, you missed a lot of them. You missed a lot of names, but anyway.
There's Matthew
give me
McDoom.
one. Just give me one that I missed.
Nitro Tuggle.
Oh no,
Purdue wide receiver. I mean, wasn't Nitro one of the American Gladiators? Wasn't that?
Yes.
Who's Nitro Tuggle? Where is it?
There's so many, dude. I'm looking at all. I mean, there's so many.
That's a great name. I'm gonna.
There's a lineman for SMU named King Large.
Yes, there is. All right, so here's your breakdown.
Go ahead.
At night, although I don't think this is right.
Hey, see, don't get fooled by the internet, dude. There's a lot of misinformation out there.
Well, I'm not looking on the internet. I'm actually parsing through on my own in my own little database thing.
You got your own personal Excel, your own personal spreadsheet
that I have access to. But I need to stress test this. Because
save it for next week. Don't force it here, Rodstra. Don't force it.
All right, let me ask AI real quick.
Oh boy, see, this is
AI's
where
not good at this stuff.
This is where Elon gets involved, and everybody gets the misinformation, dude. Just save it.
So based on what I have now, if you're not Kentucky, Mississippi State, Vanderbilt, Kentucky, Mississippi State, or Vanderbilt, everybody else has a winning record at home at night in the SEC. Georgia has not lost in the SEC at night. Neither has Alabama. Ole Miss is 5-1. Tennessee's 5-1. South Carolina's 7-2. LSU's 9-3. And this is where I think it's wrong because I thought Brian Kelly said that they were like 17-1 at home or something like that. Missouri only has 1 loss. Arkansas only has 1 loss. A&M has 3 losses. Auburn 2. Florida 2. This is the last 5 years.
Okay, thank you for clarifying that.
So let's go a little bit closer. I think they're that at home. Yeah, LSU 4-1 last year. Basically, if you're not Kentucky, last year you had a really good chance to win at home if you played at night. Texas is also 0-1 in the SEC at night, but they lost to Georgia. So there you go.
Dogs on top, at least as far as I'm concerned, in the southeastern United States. But hey, listen,
disgusting.
The beauty of all of this is that we just get to come back every week and we just get to rehash these discussions. I appreciate everyone's candor. I appreciate everyone's enthusiasm for college football.
This podcast, wagon.
I agree. I'm glad you feel that way, Rodstra. I'm glad you feel that way. I enjoy getting to wake up and do this with you guys every Tuesday. Folks, thank you for listening. Wayne Cook will be with us on Wednesday. Not sure how Wayne's going to be feeling. UCLA still winless on the year. He's coming off a bye week. It's the Ryder Cup weekend at Bethpage, so I'm sure Wayne will be spicy. He'll be surly, as always. Tripp, why don't you get to work on this wagon imaging, and we'll unveil that next week.
I'll do that. Are we going to microdose next week, or is that something we should tease?
The last thing
I'd rather do it as a team.
I agree. I think you need a buddy, but the last thing I want to do is involve a workday with that. Like, that's a waste to me. Can we save that for, like, the summer when I don't have to think about – oh, we got some dogs barking?
Dogs are barking because –
Dogs on top, baby.
I got to go.
All right. Good show, everybody. We'll talk to y'all soon.
Deal.